Today, the world is holding its breath. We are seeing some of the most intense diplomatic moves in years as Pakistani delegation led by Field Marshal Asim Munir has just arrived in Tehran. Their goal is to stop a 7-week war and arrange more talks between the US and Iran. So why does this matter to us as an XRP trader? It matters to us because while the diplomats are talking in Tehran, the XRP chart is screaming a reversal. We are currently sitting at a $1.37, and the technical indicators are lining up with the news in a way we have not seen in months. We have a bullish candle right here attempting to break key resistance. And our QQE mod right here has finally given us the signal we have been waiting for. So in this video, we are breaking down this chart, the Strait of Hormuz factor, and why the next move for XRP could be a vertical run to $1.56. So let's get into the data. So how is the QQE mod indicator right here flipping for XRP bulls? So let's look at the most exciting part of our chart right now. So we can see after weeks of red bars right here and the downward pressure, our QQE mod indicator has finally formed a blue bar yesterday right here. And check this one out. Our current bar being formed is also blue, and it is significantly larger than yesterday's bar. In my own experience, when the QQE mod flips blue and shows a growing size or much larger size than the previous, it is like the engine of a rocket ship finally priming for takeoff. It shows that the buyers are not just stepping in, they are getting more aggressive. To me, this suggests that the smart money is betting on a successful mediation in the Middle East. They are buying the peace before it's officially signed. In my own technical perspective, we are currently at $1.37. Yesterday, we had a bearish candle right here, which got rejected our minor resistance at 1.3833. But look at today's candle. It is a strong bullish attempt to break the same price level. So if we close today above this 1.3833 resistance, our QQE mod's blue bars will likely continue to grow, confirming that the momentum has shifted from the bears back to the bulls. So let's also talk about our Hall suit indicator right here. Our Hall suit indicator right here has been our biggest headache lately. It's been red and curving downward, which usually means stay away. But if you look closely at the current curve right here, it is starting to go flat. In my own opinion, a flattening Hall suit is the first sign of a trend exhaustion. It's like a car hitting the brakes before making a U-turn. My take is that the news of the Pakistani delegation and President Trump's comment that a deal with Iran is very close to over is providing the floor the market needed. I am waiting for this Hall suit to transition from red to green. This is the ultimate confirmation for a long-term position. In my technical perspective, the fact that the major support right here, 1.3211, was previously broken, then immediately reclaimed right here is a huge fake out signal. In trading, we call this swing failure pattern. The bears tried to tank the price, but the bulls stepped back in, making 1.3211 right here our solid major support again. As long as we stay above this major support, the flattening Hall-Suit indicator right here is very bullish sign of a bottom being formed. So let's go back to our news right here. So why is the US-Iran conflict directly affecting our portfolio? The news today is very heavy. We have a US naval blockade on Iranian ports and tensions in the Strait of Hormuz, a place where a fifth of the world's oil passes through. President Trump just claimed that China has agreed not to send weapons to Iran, and oil prices are already falling on hopes of an end to the fighting. My personal opinion about this is that global markets hate uncertainty. When there is a blockade in a Persian Gulf, investors run to safe asset or just sit on cash. But the moment talks become positive, like the Israeli ambassador later said about the Lebanon talks, that risk on appetite comes back. XRP is a high utility, high risk on asset. Peace in the Middle East means the global economy can breathe again, and that usually leads to a massive surge in crypto liquidity. In my technical perspective, look at the resistance levels right here. We have a minor resistance positioned here at 1.3833 and 1.4371. These are the battlegrounds. If the diplomatic talks in Tehran continue to be reported as positive, I expect these minor levels to fall like dominoes. The ultimate goal is that our major resistance right here, positioned at 1.5672. This is the price level that was tested before the war broke out, and it is the level we need to reclaim to start the real moon mission. So let's go back to our news again. Is the ceasefire extension the final piece of the puzzle? There are reports that the US and Iran have an in-principle agreement. Here, this is an in-principle agreement to extend the ceasefire beyond April 22 to allow for more diplomacy. Even though the blockade is still technically in place, the intent for peace is driving the markets. US stocks are already surging close to records today. In my own personal opinion, crypto often follows the stock market's lead when it comes to macro sentiment. If the S&P 500 is hitting records because of peace stocks, XRP is not going to stay at $1.37 for long. If we break it, it proves that the market is front-running the official ceasefire extension announcement. In my technical perspective, if the bulls fail to break 1.3833, we see another rejection. Don't panic. We have this rock solid support at 1.3211. Only a break below this 1.3211 would make me worried about the next support at 1.2234 right here. But with the QQE mod growing blue and the whole suit starting to flat, the probability is heavily weighted toward the upside. So, what is the game plan for the next 48 hours? The next 2 days are critical. We are waiting for the results of Field Marshal Munir's talks in Tehran and more comments from White House. In my own personal opinion, I am watching the size of the QQE mod bars right here. If tomorrow's bar is even larger than today's, that is a high conviction signal. I believe we are witnessing a V-shaped recovery in sentiment. The sentiment on the floor we talked about last week is being replaced by hope. And in crypto, hope is a very powerful fuel. So let's summarize. Our goal is a break and close above this 1.3833 minor resistance. And our target is the next minor resistance located here at 1.4371, followed by a run to 1.5672. Our safety net is that the 1.32 major support right here must hold on any pullbacks. So our indicator watch is, let's look for the Hall suit indicator right here to flip or turn green. So it's a crazy world out there. From the streets of Tehran to the charts of the XRP ledger, everything is connected. So stay disciplined, watch the news, but trade the charts. We have the momentum, we have the support, and we have the peace narrative building up. And this finally ends our video. Thank you very much for watching.